Hi, it's Kat, and welcome to my monthly wrap up and June TBR. So I'll probably actually read a lot in June, unlike May. So that's exciting. I read 4 books in May and 2 short stories. So I think I read more than 2, but I didn't. That's all I remember. So yeah, let's get started. The first book I read was the the Magpie Lord by K.J. Charles, and this is a slash like male on male fantasy story type thing that was really fast paced. Was not expecting it to be so fast paced, like to the point where you don't even really know the characters. So I gave that 2 stars, but there were some aspects I really liked about it. For one, the main character was still, well, the 2 main characters, one was kind of like meh, and the other one was like meh, and they like really were attracted to each other. There was none of that dancing around the bush. They were just like, yeah, fuck it, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, I forgot the next book. The next book I read is also a male on male. I read a lot of male on male books now that I think about it this month. In fact, all of the books I finished were man on man books. I was in a mood. Anyway, the next book I read was After Midnight by Sanatino Hasili, and I rated this 4 stars. I did find some problems and with the book. This is a book about a dystopian future where drugs and sex and stuff, it's kind of like a norm. And this is a spin-off of his In the Company of Shadows, which I haven't read yet, and I should because I really enjoy the writer. But yeah, and this follows Gordon and Adam, and it was okay. Their relationship wasn't really a relationship. It was just like, they got together in the end. And I was like, oh. But I really like the world and everything, so 4 stars. Because I like the author and I'm a generous person. The next book I have is another Santonio Hasili book, and that's Stefan Boulevard. Stefan. Can't really see that. There you go. Boulevard, which follows this guy named Michael and Nunzio and their relationship and stuff. And it follows actually in alcoholism, and this is one of the better ones I've read on how people become alcoholics. And I just thought that was really well done, how he doesn't go to rehab to actually get better. He just wants to try it to prove that he could to his friends and stuff, that he actually is trying to get better. And so I thought, I don't know, it was pretty good, but it has a happy ending, and that's what I love. Happy endings. And the next book is First, eh, First by Saltuni, whatever that other guy, but it's the 3rd book in this series of the Boulevard, five barrios. And this one follows a rich guy named Caleb and another rich guy named Ali, and this is my favorite in the series, though I haven't read 2 because I hate David. I hated David in this book. I hated him in the first book. I don't like David, but I do like Raymond, so maybe one day I will read Sunset Park. But the day is not today. And if you want to learn more about First by First, I have a review up, so, you know, check it out. But, yep. Next is a short story by Mary Coral, and that is The Lady Astronaut of Mars, and it's right there. And this is about, I rated this 4 stars, but this is about a girl who, her husband is dying, and she's old, and it's her last chance to go up into space, and she's trying to decide if she should stay with her husband and stay with him through his final days, or go up into space and accomplish her dreams one more time because the radiation may kill her or something and all this other stuff. And so she's struggling with the choice. And I really liked the book. I did not cry as a lot of people did, but it was pretty. I mean, it was a short story, but it was pretty good. I'd recommend it. The next one I read is The Paper Managerie by Ken Liu, and this isn't actually the picture of it because it's now a book, but this is the magazine it came from. So, and this is about a guy who never really got to know his mom, and she ends up dying, and it's filled with regret. So if you want a nice happy read, check it out. Just realized I had like 2 more short stories to show you that I read, and the next one is The Water That Falls on You from Nowhere by John Chu, and this is a Hugo Award winner short story. And here it goes. Though I wouldn't really call this a science fiction book, but whatever. But it's about the main guy who it's about a world where if you tell a lie, water falls on you. Like a whole waterfall falls on you, and you're like, fuck. But in this one, he's trying to tell his parents that he's going to get married to this dude, and yeah, and it's about him trying to not lie but not tell the truth, and finally trying to come out. Blah 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 blah. Wasn't impressed, gotta say, but whatever. Oh, and I gave that one 3 stars because the whole like his sister being a bitch made me laugh. So 3 stars. Next one is Brimstones and Marmalade by Erin Corwin, and it looks like this. Very pretty. Did not like it. It's about a girl getting a pet demon, and didn't like it. Gave it 2 stars. Didn't like the ending. Made me sad. I usually like sad endings, I know. I mean, a lot of the short stories had sad endings, but I didn't like it. And I didn't think it was as funny as people were saying, or as good as people were saying. So, personal opinion. I realize this episode's gonna be long, but whatever. But the next is my TBR for June. And the first one is going to be Bloodlines by Claudia Gray, because I'm supposed to finish in May, but I never did. And this is about Leia Organa between Return and Force Awakens. And I haven't finished it. The next one I plan to read is The Wise Man Fears by Patrick Rothfuss, because I haven't read it yet, and it's about time I did. Because I think I finished the last one around December, so I should try to finish this one. Yeah. Next, I wanted to reread Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb because I wanted to read Royal Assassin, and I wanted to get started on that one again. So I forgot a lot of stuff because I tried to read the first chapter and shit wasn't making sense. So I'm gonna retry. And this is just a series I plan to get started. I probably am not going to finish it in this year, but I'm gonna try. And that is the Song of Ice and Fire series. I read this series a while ago, like when the 5th book came out, and I read a lot of fantasy, so it kind of just blends together. So I forgot everything that happens in A Dance with Dragons. So I plan to reread it before the 7th book comes out, which has no release date, so why am I even trying? But whatever. I'm gonna try. The next few books I want to try are actual physical books. There's only, I guess, 2 that I really want to read that I probably will get to. And that is Skullduggery Pleasant, Book 8, because I just bought it, and I didn't know what happens, and I also need to read Book 9, and I think that's the end of the series, right? Book 9? Maybe. And then I want to read The Song of the Basilisk by Patricia A. McKelp because I don't have her Riddlemaster trilogy. It is in storage right now, being sent across the ocean. So I need my Patricia A. McKelp fix, and yeah. And if I'm lucky, I'll either read The Outlaw of Sherwood by Robin McKinley or Beauty. I haven't decided which one yet, but I haven't. Or Sunshine. I forgot I had Sunshine. I'll read one of those to get my Robin McKinley fix. And maybe, just maybe, if I have time, this is just going to be one I hold up, I could read another book. Maybe. I doubt it, but I will try. But I'll read some random one I pick off my shelf or own. Like, I was planning to reread Goblin Emperor sometime this year, so that may one. It may be this one. I don't fucking know. You're asking too many questions out of me. But yes, that is my wrap up and TBR. So hope you enjoyed and all that. And isn't my grandmother's room for me awesome? There's clothes everywhere. I'm a horrible, messy person, and I get yelled at for this.